Hiker J here. This week I've got another trail tale for you. She's one of those high maintenance teenage girls, lots of makeup. Like, I cannot believe parents would actually say that to a child. Before we get into the story, if this is the first time to my channel, thanks for stopping by. If you could hit subscribe, I put out new videos every Thursday. Would love to have you along for the ride. For today's tale, I was going through my trail journal and I came across a story of when I was working at a youth camp. And what we'd do is we'd have a week-long camp for kids, and then during that, like, we would do a 2-night overnight in the backcountry. And while this trip, we had a young lady, she was probably like 13, 14, super high maintenance, you know, what you'd think is makeup and hair done all right all the time. She was signed up to do the backcountry experience, which meant you went backpacking for a couple nights. And now, it was really important that when, and I believe this no matter what, if you're thinking about getting into backpacking, that you would commit to 2 nights. And why that is because you go through a transformation during those 2 days or 2 nights. What happens is you get on the trail your first day and you get in there and it's sore and it's rough, and you get to your camp and the guides kind of help you set everything up. And then the next morning you have to pack up and you're learning how to cook dinner and breakfast and all that. But the second day, what's awesome about that is you unpack. So when you then hike to the next location, you have your participants actually set up their own tent, do their own meal, and they really start becoming efficient. So that's why I say always do a 2-nighter if you're going to do a backpacking trip. And what's awesome is that second night, you know, everybody's just, you know, all excited and they've got everything down. They understand what backpacking and living in the back wilderness is all about. And the next morning on the last day out, man, everybody packs up their own stuff, hiking out with a lot of energy. Your body's kind of adjusted to the pack and those types of things. And that's what we were offering these children, was an opportunity to get into the backcountry and really learn to live within the wilderness. So this young lady, she was on the trip and she was sort of high maintenance. She didn't complain a lot. I guess she complained as much as any teenager would complain about being in the woods and being dirty and those type of things. But she carried her whole makeup kit too. So every morning she'd put her makeup on, she hiked with lipstick, all those types of things. And yeah, she got your normal blisters and all that type of stuff, but she did it. She backpacked, and we didn't really see anything different between her and some of the other girls and boys that were on the trip at all, other than she was always make-upped up and had her lipstick on and those types of things. So people would joke about high maintenance, but in a good way, not in a bad way. She felt good, you know. She wanted to get up in the morning and put her makeup on, and then she felt ready for the day, and that's fine. Carry that stuff if you want to. But what happened, which was the amazing part, was we got back to the camp and it was mail day. I think it was like a Thursday or something. So everybody got their mail, and with that, I was there with that unit when they got it, and she's sitting over on a kind of bench, and she's starting to cry, and she's reading mail and stuff. So one of the counselors went over and talked to her, and came back to me, and they were like, I can't believe what her parents wrote in her letter. And I'm like, what? So I go over, and a couple of the other girls see her crying, so people go over and we're like, are you okay? You know, what's up? And she said, well, at home people don't believe I can do things. And she said in the letter, she read it, and she said her parents basically said, it's okay that you didn't make it through the backpacking trip, we still love you. I'm like, I can't believe they wrote that. They actually believed that she wasn't going to make it, so they sent a letter to try to comfort her. That's really not believing in your child. That's unbelievable. And I just couldn't believe it. But I will say everybody on that trip was blown away, because we didn't know that how her family had treated her. This group was a group of kids and counselors and stuff that didn't know each other. So to us, she was capable of it. And I think that's so important, that when you're thinking about backpacking or going into the wilderness or a new challenge, anybody can do it. Don't ever think that somebody can do it, can't do something, and put them down for it in a way that you're thinking that you're supporting them. Go out there, go for it. This young lady, she proved them completely wrong and got to go home and show them that she could do something and that she was stronger because of it. And I think that's what's so great about the wilderness and hiking and backpacking, is it can be so transformative. And I hope that you give it a shot. And dads out there, you know, I got a lot of dad viewers, guy viewers and stuff. If you got a young lady, a daughter, even a son or whoever, but you don't think they're quite up for it, try it. Take them on it. You'll be amazed on the transformations that can happen on a backpacking trip or a wilderness trip, even camping, those type of things with some long hikes. Long hikes also tell you a lot about a person too. If you can take a day hike that's 6-7 miles with your family or with your child or those types of things, you'll be really surprised how much they can do and how much confidence they can get from accomplishing that task of going from point A to point B, or maybe even staying overnight in the woods. Hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, if you could hit like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Till next time, just remember, life's a hike, so hike happy, and encourage somebody else to go with you. They can do it. it can be transformative. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you're new to my channel, if you hit subscribe, that'd be awesome. I put out new videos every Thursday around outdoor gear. And if you'd like to support me, you can check out my merchandise. I have my Hike Happy shirt on here at my store. You can click that down below and check out the other apparel that I have. Till next Thursday, just go ahead and watch some of my other videos.